Hi YouTube. Sorry about the last video. I just wanted to do a quick one to let you know that she was here. I looked like crap, but I just wanted to show you guys that we're here and do like a quick labor and delivery story, but I'm going to go in more detail now. Like I said, Monday, July 22nd, which was a week from today, I went in the doctor's at 8:30 in the morning for my scheduled induction. I got there at 8:30. They hooked me up to an IV, had water going through my IV for a while, and at 9:30 they put the Pitocin in me. And when they put the Pitocin in me, they go 2, 4, 6, 8, all the way up to 20 with the Pitocin. Like gradually making the Pitocin the dosage stronger. So we started out at 2, and then 10:30, every half an hour she upped it, 2, 4, 6, 8. And once it got to 8, they broke my water. When I got to the doctor, I was 3 centimeters dilated and 70% effaced when I got to the doctor's. But like I said, I didn't have any contractions all morning. And then it was probably 11, they broke my water, and that's when it really started. The contractions hit full force, and the Pitocin was up to 8 by then. And it was just, oh my god, the contractions were so bad. Nothing like a Braxton and Hicks. As soon as the contractions started, I asked for pain meds, so they gave me Statin. They didn't give me Demerol or whatever that is. They gave me Statin, and I hated it. The first thing it did was make my head go like this, and I kept closing my eyes and saying, my head hurts, my head hurts, everybody shut up, because my mom was in the room, my 2 sisters, and Tommy, and everybody was just talking, and I was like, shut up, and I was bouncing on the birthing ball, and she came back in at noonish, and I had been on the drug for about an hour, and it was starting to wear off, and the contractions were just so bad. She came in at like around noon, and I asked her to check me again, and I still was only a 3.5. So I was like, oh my god, this is doing nothing. So I got the epidural. Epidural didn't hurt at all. I wasn't expecting it to hurt. I just wasn't at all. I'm not really bad with needles, so it was pretty easy. So I got the epidural about noon, 12:30. So that kicked in, and that was just, I don't know why when you say epidural it numbs you down. I don't know why I didn't realize, like, you feel the numbness. Like an epidural, I thought the epidural hurt worse than like anything. Like the feeling, because it's like, you know when your foot goes to sleep and it's like hurts really bad, like when your foot's really asleep, it is like that feeling constantly in both legs. And it helped with the pain. I couldn't feel the contractions. I could feel them, but that's all. I could just feel that they were hitting. I couldn't feel any pain, anything. And so that 12:30 I got that. By 1 o'clock I couldn't, like, it took a little bit for the epidural to kick in. So by 1 o'clock I could not feel anything. I was pain-free. And she came in at 2, and I was dilated to a 5 to 6. So in about an hour and a half, 2 hours, I went to a 5 to 6. And then she came in at 3, and I was a 7 to 8. And then she came in at 4 o'clock, and I was a 9. No, it was like 4:30, and I was like a 9. And she came, and I was ready to push at 9. I kept telling her, I'm ready to push, I'm ready to push. And that by this time my dad had came into the room and everything. I wanted my dad in there. He was like helping me calm down. I got the shakes extremely bad. So like my whole body, like my body would just shake, and then it would stop and shake and stop and shake and stop. Like I had the shakes, like I mean my whole body just shook. And by 9 I was ready to push. Also, when I got to the hospital, the baby was in my pelvis. She wasn't low, really. She was low, but she was in position, and she was like really low. And I think they called it she was engaged, I think they said. But like 4:30, she came in, and I was a 9. By that point, I was ready to push. She said, just give it some time. She came back in at 5, and she said, you're 10, but there's a little bit. Still had a little bit effaced to go, I guess. I had like a little, I don't know, she said it was like a little piece. I don't know what that means. She's like, you got a little piece here. And she was going like this. I couldn't feel anything. I could feel pressure, but that was it. And she was going like this. And I'm like, I am ready to push. And she goes, okay. And she's like, do a couple practice pushes. So I did like 3 or 4 practice pushes. And she goes, you're not pushing right. And I'm like, oh my God. And then she's like, the piece is gone. So you're ready to go. And she goes, come on, let's do 2 more practice pushes, which they have you push at a contraction. So when a contraction comes, and the epidural, it's kind of hard because you can only feel a little bit of pressure when the contraction comes, so it's hard to know, but you'll know. And so she goes, you do 3 pushes. So when the contraction comes, you take a deep breath, and then you push till 10. And then you push till you do 3 of those each contraction. So I did a couple more of those, and she goes, well, you're pushing kind of all right. But you're not pushing well enough. Let me go get the doctor. And she walked out of the room to go get my doctor because I was ready to deliver. Because the baby, by the practice pushes did get the baby through the cervix, which is awesome. That's like a crazy amount of pressure that you can feel. And she leaves the room, and I'm sitting there like, I'm getting this baby out. I'm getting this baby out. I'm getting this baby out. And I was just shaking, and everybody's just staring at me, like my mom, my dad, my sister, and Tommy. They're all just holding my hand and telling me to calm down, and I was just so out of it. And I wasn't really in pain. It was just a pressure. I was just ready to have it done and over with, and my feet were just so numb. And she leaves the room, and she's gone, and I'm thinking in my head, I'm getting this baby out. I need to do this. I need to do this. And she comes back in, and she goes out of the room. And I'm like, and then all of a sudden, I just had this urge to push. Like, it was such a extremely, like, strong thing. So I yelled down the hallway, like, because she had the door open. She go get the doctor real quick, and I'm like, I'm ready! And she comes, and everybody's looking at me like, I'm ready to push. I'm going to push without her. I'm going to push without her. And they come into the room, and she's like, okay, push like you have a bowel movement, which my other friend, Victoria, who does these vlogs, told me that too. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to do this. I'm going to push her out. And hang on. A baby girl might be waking up soon. I went to push. She came in, she goes, push with your bowel movement. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to do this. And I pushed 34 times and got her out. She was 6 pounds 5 ounces, like I said, 20 inches long, 20 inches even long. And she came out super blue with like a big old cone head, and they put her on my chest, and I started crying, and it was just, oh, I looked rough. So she was finally here, and I stayed in the hospital till Wednesday, and they told me she had jaundice. But her jaundice wasn't a high amount, so they didn't have to keep her. So that's my labor and delivery story. Overall, I didn't think it was a hard delivery. I got her out, within 15, 20 pushes altogether, including the practice pushes. I would show you guys her again, but she's sleeping. I'll have to do, if you guys look on my Facebook, I post like 1 million pictures a day of her. But I'll be doing more videos with her. It's just she's passed out right now, and she was up for like 2 hours, and she's fussy, so I just put her down. But where was I at? Oh yeah, but overall my labor and delivery was really, really good. I only pushed a couple times. I didn't rip. I didn't tear. He did say I had a little bit of road rash. Don't know what that means. I'm feeling a lot better. It's been a week. She's a week old today. I can walk, I can bend, I can go up the stairs. I'm perfectly healthy, fine. The only thing that's still hurting is it burns when I pee so bad, because they do put a catheter in you when you have an epidural, but they take it out right before you start pushing. My boobs are leaking so bad. They're like engorged. They're like huge, and they just leak. So I've been keeping them bound up because I'm not breastfeeding. But overall, great labor and delivery. Not what I expected. It just went smoothly. I mean, of course, it was the most painfulest thing I've ever been through in my life, and amazing. It was life-changing. I'm so happy she's here. Even though she keeps me up all night, and she's extremely exhausting. I love her with all my heart. When we left the hospital, she was only 6 pounds 1 ounce, so she lost a little bit, which they said that was normal. And at her doctor's appointment last Friday, she was 6'2". She's making all these noises. Hang on. Alright, well, I'm going to finish this video because I think she's waking up. And she's going to be super fussy and want a diaper change. But I just wanted to go into more detail because I didn't think it was fair. I didn't go into much detail. I'll post like a video of like a slideshow of like all the pictures from the hospital and stuff. But if you do, I'm going to post my Facebook link on here, and I post tons and tons of pictures of her. I'll do a video soon of her in the video, very, very soon, guys. It's just been really chaotic, but I did want to get this video in. I'm going to show you my 1 week postpartum belly. So that's my 1 week belly. I still got a little bit of fat there. It's like jello-y like. It's pretty gross. I think I'm already down to my size again. I don't know how much I've lost. I haven't weighed myself. I don't have like a weigh thing. But that's my 1 week postpartum belly. The rest is just fat that I gotta work off. I didn't end up with any stretch marks in my belly, as you guys know, just the ones on my side and everywhere else. I'm ready to go tanning and get rid of them. But alright, I'm going to finish this video, and that'll be all. Let me just show you her real quick, sleeping in her bassinet. Okay, that's not going to work because my camera is stupid. But like I said, I will get a video soon of her. Look at my Facebook, comment, rate, and subscribe. And I'll do a video super, super soon. Bye, everybody.